Hello friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is October 21st and I am here with another update. I am later than I had hoped to be, but this has been a super crazy week in my house. So I guess I'll do a little bit of life update first. It started out on Monday, the day I want to try to film, although I think my husband is taking Mondays off, so sorry, he just sent me a message. Anyways, so I'm probably not gonna film on Mondays. I need to figure out what day I'm gonna try to film on, because when he's not working, he might want to do some like errands and stuff like that, so who knows. It's kind of up in the air. I'm trying to do once a week. But we spent Monday evening and night in the emergency room. My OBGYN was worried I was having a miscarriage. I was pretty sure I wasn't pregnant. Turns out I wasn't pregnant. So we spent 8 hours there to confirm what I had already suspected. But yeah, I guess it was good to have some confirmation or whatever. But yeah, so we spent 8 hours there. Then Tuesday, what happened on Tuesday? Something happened on Tuesday, I don't know. Wednesday, I had my girls' night meeting. Thursday, which was yesterday, I had book club, and this is the first time I've been to a book club. We read The Book Thief from Marcus Hocus. It's set in World War II. It's told from the perspective of death. In his encounters with this one particular German girl. And it's a really good book. I have read it before. But I completely forgot the plot, but it was really nice. And what was especially nice is, we were there for 2.5 hours. We met from 8 to 10:30 p.m. And so we were just gabbing away, and it was just so nice to be in the company of other adult women, because I work with the young women in my church, the teenage girls. I don't get to meet with the adult women, as the meetings are at the same time, so they conflict. And so it was so nice to just have some like girl time, basically. And we talked about the book, of course, and then we got into like a Team Jacob versus Team Edward Twilight debate. That clearly things just went downhill. There was some great discussion, don't get me wrong, but like, and then we had a romantic comedies versus drama debate, and trying to pick the next book, because some people, in part myself included, wanted something a little less heavy as our next book. So we spent like a good 30 to 45 minutes trying to pick our next book, which is a historical fiction set in the Regency era, and it's got some romance in it or something like that. It's like half the size as well, so that'll be nice, because the library doesn't have an audio version of this one. I actually have to read it. So that was really good. And then I got home from that, and my husband had food poisoning. He had been to a work event and they had a buffet, and we were thinking he got food poisoning from that, but so it's just been crazy. And so here I am now on Friday night. My husband is out campaigning stuff. He's running for school board, and I am here with the dogs. I will put in some video clips at the end of this video of the little puppies. They are all doing great. Yesterday we introduced them to kibbles for the first time, and they've all had some kibbles. Of course, they're still mainly feeding off of Gracie, but it's time for them to develop. But you start them on kibbles around 3.5 to 4 weeks, and 3.5 to 4.5 weeks, and they're 4 weeks today. So it was a good time to start them. on some kibbles. And, what else? I mean, yeah, I mean, everything's going good. Oh, I think I slept like half of Tuesday. We didn't get home from the hospital until like 3 a.m. or something like that. And then we went to Jack in the Box, and they didn't have half of the things. I really wanted like tacos. I really wanted tacos. And they had tacos, but they didn't have the normal cheese. So they were like, do you want Swiss cheese? And I was like, no, just don't even give me tacos. Like, I don't like Swiss cheese, and I especially don't want it on my taco. And I was just really frustrated, to be honest. And so I ordered like egg rolls, and then they didn't have sweet and sour sauce. And I was just so frustrated. I was so over it. Yeah. So anyways, that's basically life updates. I mean, I'm probably not going to have a video next week because this one is so late into the week, unless I do it at the end of the week. But next Saturday, we are having a trunk or treat at church and a chili cook-off. And I signed up to bring a dessert, not chili, because I've never made chili. I quite like the canned chili, so I don't mind just eating canned chili. My husband hates chili, so but anyway, so I'm hoping we'll get to go do that and then get some candy for the kids. So we haven't even decorated our house. Our Halloween box is still in storage, so this happens every year. We're just behind times. And my husband tells me he wants to... We still have a few Christmas things up because I don't mind some Christmas things up. Even though... okay, I know this is like super hypocritical of me. I hate Christmas music being played before Christmas. And I don't even want to decorate the house before before Thanksgiving. However, I don't mind Christmas things remaining up, and I will use Christmas mugs the whole year long. I just don't want to hear the music before Thanksgiving because then I'm sick of it by the time we get to actual Christmas. And I don't want to decorate before then. So my husband's saying to me, you know, we should take the rest of the Christmas things to storage. And I'm like, why at this point when Christmas and decorating for it is like literally 1 month away? Okay, let's establish it's not very many things. It's like 3 things on the wall, and we've already taken most of the Christmas stuff to the storage. And so, yeah. Anyways, whatever. That's completely off topic. I am just rambling now. Anyways, so now that life updates are done, I will give you my craft updates. And let me just tell you that basically cross-stitching just took over. I mean, the only reason I have any non-cross-stitching to show you is because I was in the emergency room for 8 hours. And it was easier to take a very simple memorized pattern of crochet to the emergency room than to take like a pattern I had to follow for cross stitch. So that is the only reason that there is any non-cross stitch in this video. And I'm going to show that at the end because the stash updates that I do have to share are actually yarn related. So anyways, we will start with the top of my pile. And the first thing up is Miranda from Mill Hill. I did, I guess, about 100 stitches on this. 114 actually, apparently, according to the counter I have there. And so, oh, sorry, I'm trying now to use a ring light to see if the lighting's better. So, try not to get that reflection into it. At the event my husband went to, he got a free little ring light thing. So I was like, well, I'll try that on my video. He's like, okay, you can have it. So that's Miranda. Here's where I was at the last time I worked on it. And here is where we are at now. So I had 2 dangling threads, and I wanted to finish them off. So I finished off the black that was dangling, and I finished off that purple thread. So I'm pretty happy with that, and it's actually going along pretty good. You know, I had a moment of being like, oh my gosh, I can have a finish on this. And then something happened that we'll talk about in a little bit. That just kind of, it derailed, like basically every plan I told you last week, completely derailed. And I'll talk about that in a minute. That's Miranda. Next we have, the Squad Ghouls. Uh-oh, I better be careful because I was highlighting and I just saw it bled through onto another page. So I don't want that. Okay, so this is what the Squad Ghouls will look like. And I am working on this one right up here right now. It's all on the same fabric, so I'm not counting as 4 different WIPs. It's one WIP. Here's what it looked like the last time I showed you guys. And here is where, oh, you can see pattern. And here's where it's at now. So I'm almost finished the border. I'm working on this for a challenge where I need 1,000 stitches on it, and I would have more, but again, the thing happened that I'll talk about in a minute. But I need to come back to this one, and I might today, maybe, depends, because there's a lot of nice block stitching on it, and so that should get the stitches done fast. And I really need to complete those sets of 1,000 stitches because, okay, so there's 5 sets of 1,000 stitches for this one challenge. And then there's multiple lower amounts of stitches. It's supposed to be for trick-or-treating, but you need to complete all 5 sets of 1,000 stitches to have any of the other stitches counted. And I have done some of those lower amounts, so I need for those to count. And to do that, I need to complete my sets of 1,000. And I have 1 set completed. And I have 3 others started. 1 is only 100 stitches away. So I should try to finish that one tonight, maybe. And, I mean, the other one's about 200 in. This one, I think is maybe 200 in. I'm not positive. Yeah, so I need to work on those more and get those completed. So we'll see. But that's Squad Ghouls. This was my most ridiculous WIP that I decided to work on, and that is I decided to work on the ginormous World Wonders map from Gecko Rouge. So here is a picture I'll insert here of what it will look like in theory, because there's no way I'm ever going to finish this project. Here's what it looked like the last time I worked on it. And I put in 400 stitches. And here is where it is now. So, I mean, like, yeah, 400 stitches. I mean, this bright color, I filled in a lot in here. But in the grand scheme of things of this design, that's basically nothing. And I do like enjoy working on this, but I'm also looking at this massive thing of fabric and wondering if I shouldn't perhaps repurpose it for some other full size. But no, we're not going down that path yet. One of these days I might get desperate to start something crazy and then just steal this fabric, but we are not at that day yet. And I don't, you know, a lot of people like that Zweigart one, and I will admit that sometimes stitches slip on this one, but I do enjoy stitching on this one a lot more in terms of pre-gridded fabric. So, yeah. I'll just put that over there. My last WIP to show you guys is the map of Rohan and Gondor. I don't know if I showed you this last week, so I don't know if all my stitching has been on this one, but I've done about 900. So, yeah. This is what it will look like in the end. And it is all one color. And I am using DMC 3371. My friend Moray stitched another map. I think it's the Shire. I'm not positive. I'll need to look that up again. I have it, but I started with this other map first. And that's the color she stitched with, and so I just also did that because I copied her. So here is where, let's move this needle minder to be not obscuring everything. Okay, so here is where I am at, and I am so pleased as punch with this progress. I mean, you can clearly see those are mountains. The words are coming out nicely. I started another word over here, and just down in this area around about is the Gap of Rohan. Over here in this area is a forest that has a lot of trees that need to be stitched, but I am just so happy with this. So according to the app, I am about 7.5% done with this, which I'm really proud of. I mean, that's good. And I really like working on this one when I need a nice brainless project. It goes super fast because it's all one color. Unfortunately, I'm not in a really blocky area right now. I'm in an area where there is a little bit more demand of attention, and it's not going quite as fast, but that's okay. Let me just show you, like, here's the map. So I need to do this forest over here, which is clearly not very blocky, and then the Gap of Rohan right here. I'm working on that. So that right up here, that's the words that I just have started. So Gap of Rohan is right there. So I will look forward to getting back into mountains again, where it is more blocky stitching. That's what makes it nice and easy, but really enjoying this project. I'm so glad I have the other one, and I won't start that one, even though I cut the fabric for it, until I'm finished with this one, because I don't need two of these single color maps on the go at one time. Which brings us to my final thing to share, which is a new start. Woo! This new start does make it my 200th WIP. That is part of why I started it. And also, my friend Moray and my friend Renee have 2 other patterns in this series. It's a collection of 8. I have all 8. And so we all decided to start one on the same day, and that was 3 days ago. Okay, let me show you what this pattern looks like. So this is the burrow. This collection is on Etsy. It is a Ukrainian designer, and I believe I've mentioned before the discovery of this app called Cottage Saga. It only works with files that are in the Saga format and one other format, but not PDF, unfortunately. But it will separate out, like, it's basically like a more sophisticated pattern keeper. It separates out the back stitching and like it's like works in layers. So you can turn off half stitches or full stitches to show when you're searching for a symbol. You can turn off the back stitching showing or having the back stitch that is the thing that is showing, and same with French knots. And it's a really fantastic app for these Ukrainian Russian type of designs that use a lot of those elements. And so I had purchased these patterns back in 2019, and back then not a lot of designers on Etsy were releasing the saga files or anything like that, and this designer now includes them in the purchase. So I messaged her and I asked, and I had screenshotted my receipts, and I said, I purchased these back in 2019. Is there any possible way I could get the saga files? Because I recently discovered them and I would love to stitch these with it. It just makes it so much easier. Oh, I have little babies that want to come out. But anyways, so she said yes, and she sent me the files for them. And so I started this 3 days ago. Again, this is the burrow and what it looks like. And I am now 25% done. Like, I cannot put this down, which is why all other plans have gone out the window. I literally had to force myself to put it down to film this. Like I said, 25% done. I've completely finished 10 or 11 of the colors. I started with doing the outline all around in the one color, and then from that, and then there was a little bit of that color in full stitches down the middle, and from that I've been able to like fill in. And so it's funny because all three of us are stitching this completely differently. Renee started at the top and is working her way down like that. It's like probably, in blocks, or I don't even know if she's going row by row, but she's not doing cross country at all. Moray started with a section in the middle and is doing like that whole section, including the back stitching as she goes, and I'm doing cross country by color. And I am doing it by color in numerical order as well, because then I only have to take out one of my boxes of floss at a time, and so I'll just then do all of the colors that are in that box, and then I'll move on to the next box, which is what I've been doing. And so now I've moved into the blues, which is really exciting. And yeah, I am just basically super obsessed. I did not leave much margin here, and that is because I calculated being able to fit 4 of them onto this fabric. I don't know if I'm gonna like leave all 4 on the fabric, or if I'm going to try to finish them in a different way. Haven't decided that far, but there's 8 in total, so if I can have 2 and 2, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so I have dreams in my head of just like working on this, just getting it done, but I realize I have some other things that need some attention. Yeah, like other challenges I started, and this doesn't fit into all of them, and so some challenges have been abandoned. The 12 days of Halloween kind of been abandoned because I can't fit this into any of that, but there's some other things I want to work on and complete. And having now crossed the 200 line of WIPs, number of WIPs, I am now going to be strict with myself and do a 2 finishes to buy a start situation. Which brings me to the next topic of discussion, like future planning, and that is I bought the kit when it was released for the Snow Globe collection from the Frosted Pumpkin. And so far 3 of these have been released, and I had wanted to start them and keep up with the club, but unfortunately the first one was released when I was so super sick this end of the summer, and so I haven't started any of them at all. And since there's gonna be 4 of these snow globes, I thought one thing that would be really cool to do in December is each week leading up to Christmas to start and work on that as my like cross stitch project during the Advent season. And so I wanted to show you guys the 3 that have been released so far, so you can see how so super cute they're all so super cute. And so part of that is I need 8 finishes so I can buy 4 starts. So actually I think I need 10 because I haven't started my ornament exchange yet, and I really need to start that. So I have a couple of projects that are really close to finishes. My Mill Hill Gloria has like 100 beads left to do, and then just a little bit backstitch. And I have several cottages of the month that are pretty close. So I need to do some of that so that I can buy my winter starts. But now that I've crossed 200, I do want to now work on decreasing. Not because I'm feeling overwhelmed or that I'm ashamed I'm over 200. I just think it would be fun to see some finishes, and to motivate myself a little bit more. So I mean, like, part of that WIP count, the cottages of the month, I just have there as 1 WIP, but each finished cottage I'm gonna count as a finish. So I may get up to 201 or 202, 3, whatever. And I may abandon this project because we all know I'm prone to that. But I just think that that would be a nice little motivator. And I have tried this in the past and failed at it, but let's try it again. But anyways, so getting on to these snow globes. They are so cute, and so I really do want to work on these during the Christmas season, and if I could actually finish 1 a month, which is, again, dreams. But we all know I like to dream big and fail hard, so it's just craft failing, so who cares, right? So here's the first one, which is Rudolph with the little Santa down below, and it is so cute. Oh, I just love it so much. And these seem like small and simple enough that I like, the optimistic part of myself is like, you can do it. You could totally do 1 of these a week as along with all of that knitting Advent stuff. This is where the dreams are just like, girl, find reality again, because whatever, we all know me. And look at this cute little fox with the gingerbread man. Oh my gosh, just so cute. And then the last one that's out so far is the cutest penguin. And that snowman. Oh my goodness. So cute. So, going on with winter. Hang on, let me just get this little baby. Hello, it's Amy. Hello, say hi, Amy. Oh no, Mom, I'm not crying before it's time for me to cry. I know you put me to bed just like 30 minutes before you started your video. Yes. Anyways, okay, we'll put her down here and she should be fine. Oh no, I see more eyes looking at me. Okay, we may have to take a pause here, and I may just cut all of that out. Anyway, so Adventy stuff, right? Christmas. So, did you guys see the announced Jingle Ball? I saw it through Frosted Pumpkin, which is one of the vendors there. I haven't signed up yet because I wish they took PayPal payments, because I just prefer to pay everything through PayPal. But I am planning on attending. It's $10 registration, and there are some like master classes or whatever. I haven't looked at any of those. Those are separate signups. But anyways, if you guys are going to, and it's virtual. It's all virtual. So if anyone's gonna attend, there's supposed to be like stitching tables and stuff like that. Anyways, if anyone's gonna attend, let me know. I would love to like hook up and have a hangout or whatever. A little stitchy sesh. And if anyone's gonna attend in classes, let me know that too. Like maybe you can talk me into it. But I'm really super excited about that. That's at the beginning of December, which will be during Vlogmas, which you guys know I'm obsessed with Vlogmas. I hope she didn't wander too far. Anyways, so yes, exciting. Speaking further about Vlogmas and Advents, I discovered another cross stitch advent, and I wanted to tell people who might be in the UK about this one. It is like an everyday you stitch a little bit of it. I didn't order it. I'm still like on the fence. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But so if you're in the UK and you're wanting one that's more local towards you, I will put a link. I have completely forgotten the name of the shop, but I saved it on my phone, and I will put a link for that. But I think it was like $50, $50 or $60. I don't remember for sure, but I think there's like a daily clue and stuff like that. So yeah, I will put the link down. It's another cross stitch advent opportunity. So that's really exciting. I've started to look at advents on the World Market's website. So I'm like plotting what I want to get. Jam again, of course. I don't know. I still have to decide between other things, but always excited for Advent season and all the Advents I do. And yeah, so moving on to my final little section, which is yarn related. So this is what I worked on. This is what I worked on in the emergency room, is all these little, I think 4 of them I'd already done, but these little Battenberg squares. And I woven the ends of the ones that I'd already done but hadn't woven in the ends yet. So yeah, these are what I have to share. And so this green one, oh, I love it. This blue one, that's such a pretty color. I wish I had a full skein of that. That is such a gorgeous color. I think I showed these ones already because it's from the same yarn, but they look so completely different. I feel a little baby on my feet, so she didn't wander out the room. That's good. That one, this one, I love that one. Look at this perfect shade of red. So gorgeous. This was a mini skein. Again, I wish I had a full skein in this color. That would be so beautiful. Oh, this one is so pretty too. These were all little mini skeins, so I don't have full skeins of like any of them. This one, again, gorgeous. This one was from my sister's socks. I think I showed you guys this one. And this one was from a pair of socks I did for myself a while ago. So yeah, that is what I worked on. And that's the only knitting and crochet type of stuff I did this whole last week. I am all in right now on cross stitch. I have completely abandoned my knitting crochet plans. Like, all I want to do is work on my cross stitch projects, and I am loving it. I am loving it so much. The desire to stitch again is just so nice. I've missed it. I really have. So I had 2 yarn deliveries arrive. These were purchased a while back. So I am in a Harry Potter self-striping yarn club. I just joined that one. This is the one I left the Gilmore Girls club to join this one instead. And so the first one came, and it's called Polyjuice Potion. And this series, this is her third Harry Potter series that she's done, and each one has been based on a different thing. And I wish that I had known about, I believe it was last year's, because it was like villains kind of, I think. Anyways, there were some beautiful ones in that club, but this one is called Spells and Things. So the first one is Polyjuice Potion, not a spell, but it's a thing. And this is, it says, a 12 stripe repeat. I did write her and ask if there was like any kind of sample, and she says she's running behind because this is one of the dyers I got an Advent self-striping from. And she's running behind because it's a busy season right now. There's also a big yarn festival that just happened. And she says that normally she posts them about a month after they've been released. Stop! And so unfortunately she doesn't have a mock-up of that. And I was like, that's fine, I totally get it. So, you know, I may just have to cast on a pair of socks and figure this out. It looks so fun. There's so many great pinky colors in here. Oh, my husband's home. That's why they were barking. So, that's that. The last one I have to show is a Hobbit. Okay, no, I can't do this right now. I'll come back and show the last one in a minute. Well, all that chaos for him to have been home for literally 3 minutes. He was just stopping to pick up some signs and then he's going to Home Depot. So the last thing I have to share is the Hobbit yarn that, unfortunately I missed like 1 or 2 months, which sucks. The first one was really pretty. So this one, I'll premise this by saying I'm not a massive fan of this yarn. However, I'll explain the however in a minute. This is what it is. This is the colorway. I mean, it's all right. However, so the colorway is based on the 13 hoods from the Unexpected Party Guests, so the dwarves. And I am going to unwind this and show you guys, just so you can see. Okay, when I got it, it was wound the other way with the purples and the red showing more. So, what I wanted to show you guys is, I think they actually fully got on all 13 hood colors. Possibly even the number of times that hood color appeared. Like, there was many blue hoods. Here they all are down here. A couple browns, a purple, green, yellow, white, red. And I think that they did get that represented. So even though I'm not a massive fan of how this yarn looks, I think it is really awesome that they did completely capture what they were meaning to, which is the hoods. So I do still think that this will make like a fun pair of socks. So I don't like hate it. It's just not, the first one was so pretty. And so, I mean, I'm completely continuing in this club. This one is one I purchased. My sister sent me money for my birthday, and this is what I purchased with that. So it's like the birthday present from her is this skein of yarn. I've already purchased so this was September's. I already purchased October's. You had to purchase that by October 7th. So now I just need to purchase November's still, which I have to do by November 7th. here it is, wound back up. And every time you wind it, different things show. Like this time, some of the red is showing. When I first got it, a lot more of the red and purple was showing, and it just looks so like wild. This looks more tame. But anyways, so I'm gonna try to keep an eye and see if anyone puts up for listing the first 1 or 2 that I missed. I'd love to get my hands on that. I look on Ravelry. People will put theirs up for sale. And yeah, one more baby to get. Josie. Here is Josie. Say hi, Josie. No, I'm not ready for my camera debut. It's not your debut. You were on last week. That doesn't matter. I'm a diva. Okay, come play with your sister. Oh, here she is. There's Amy. Okay, so anyways, the last thing I wanted to talk about is planners again. And so I have decided to use this one, even though I have the bullet journal one, which has thicker paper. But I thought it would be cool to put the little stickers that come with the Hobbit clubs onto it. Like, I think this one, so this is a little one with all the hoods. I don't know if I'll put it there or if I'll make use of the angle. But I thought it would be fun to like have a collection of the stickers on here. And so that's what made that decision. Then I was looking at this past old journal of mine. And I mean old. Hang on, let me get to some dates here. January 2018 overview. So January 2018. This is like a year and a half before I even got married. This is like almost 5 years. So I was flipping through it, and I love the color of this one too. I just want to say that. Break in. Then over here, I tried to reboot it in 2020. That didn't last long. I put in this quote, maybe it's not always trying to fix something broken. Maybe it's about starting over and creating something better. That still didn't last long, but we have a little crying baby. Little Amy girl. So I almost put her down on the desk, like just like left her there. No, that would have been bad. I went through it, and I have exactly enough pages to do November, December, and the World Cup. I like counted how many pages that should be, and I went through, and I do have enough pages for that. And so I'm going to do those in here. I'm just gonna abandon my other journal that's clearly not working for me. And then I'm going to start with my pre-planning, my future logs and everything like that into this one, start putting the stickers on, and I'm so super excited. I'm super excited to get back to bullet journaling, to have a little bit more flexibility with that. I talked about that last week. So yeah, I'm just overall excited. So that's all I have to talk about this week. My plans are basically just to work more on this, maybe try to finish Gloria, maybe try to work on a couple of my, oops, I'm sorry, Amy. Maybe try to work a little bit more on some Halloween pieces, but, yeah, I'm really loving this snow globe. I really love it, and I have other snow globes, so I want to do them. So yeah, I would like to try to get maybe 2 finishes. So oh yeah, I forgot to say I need 10 finishes to do all of those, because I still haven't started my ornament exchange. I did print out the project. I'm really excited about the project, but yeah, I did think maybe I would let myself start it without having 2 finishes, but then I thought it would be unfair if I did that and then counted it as a finish. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to have 2 finishes, Gloria and something else really small, and then get started on that. I'm not gonna show that project until I know my recipient has received it, and I really need to get that in the mail by at least mid-November, so I need to get the ball rolling on that. I would love to work on those autumn pieces, but I'm clearly not going to get 5,000 done in time because I think we're already like halfway through the 10-day challenge. So I did try to take this one to the hospital with me. This one I might be able to finish because, again, I'm only doing the top half and I have a good portion of it done. So I tried to take this to the hospital, but it's just there's so much going on in the emergency room, like so much activity, and then I kept getting like, get called, quickly go see the triage, go back, get called to go talk to the doctor who tells you you're gonna have ultrasound, you're gonna have blood work, then get sent back to the waiting room. Then you get called to go have the ultrasound, then you get sent back to the waiting room, then you get called to go have the blood work, then you get sent back to the waiting room, then you get called to go see the doctor again, and you wait for like 2 hours in the little room to see the doctor, and you're like, why was I even called into this little room? Which actually turned out fine, because when I went out, there was some woman trying to make herself throw up, and it was disgusting, like completely disgusting. So but I kept thinking the doctor would walk in any minute, so I didn't even do any knitting or crochet in there because I just kept thinking that he was going to come in, and he didn't. And so, yeah, it was just too much activity to do a cross stitch there. But so, if I could, I would love to finish this one and Gloria by the next video. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So I will get this edited and hopefully posted by Saturday is my aim. But yeah, I think I have to round up those little ones who are, who knows where. The good thing is they don't really leave the room. They don't venture that far yet. But they are starting to demand more attention. So anyways, they're cute. So enjoy this little video of the little puppies if that's your kind of thing, and I will catch up with you in the next week. So bye. Oh, the fun game of going in and out the legs of the chair. They have all always played it when they're about this age. Amy, what are you doing, sweet girl? Hello, Amy. And there's Beth. And who's this? Who are you? Oh, you are Josie. Which makes you Teddy? Yeah, Teddy. And there's Meg. She's very sleepy all the time and always trying to climb into a bed and go to sleep.
Isn't that right, Jamie? Yeah, that's right. Mom, I just want you to throw my ball. Don't care about these little babies. Hi, Beth.
She looks so much like Lily when Lily was this age. Yes, with the same grumpy little face. Let me see your grumpy little face. Yeah, that's a Lily face. And it's Lily hair texture too. Who's here? Who are you? Amy. Oh boy. We found a ball. Gotta roll the ball with our nose. That's so cute. It's Jamie's ball. He's not gonna let you have it for long. Oh, that's so cute. Lillian. Yeah, just a room full of white fluffiness. And Meg ready to go back to sleep. No. Trying to play with lily beans. Jamie, no. James.
Sammy.
It's Rosie, and we've got Beth, and we've got, oh boy, biting on the tail. I'm pretty sure that was Teddy. Is that Teddy? Yeah, that's Teddy. And here we have Josie and Meg. Meg in bed.